Hi guys, good morning. My name is Emily. I'm here for a cross stitch update. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, 2 weeks maybe, a bit more since I last did a video. I've got a bit of progress to show you, and yeah, getting on. Last time I filmed, I was very, oh dear, need to make a change. I've made the change. I am working my notice. I have signed a new contract, and I will let you know in a few weeks how it's going to go. I am not working in a kitchen again, full stop. Much as I've enjoyed it before, and the job I'm doing right now is okay, it's fine, it's doable, but the hours were just stupid, just absolutely stupid. So I'm looking at doing fewer hours, but better balance, I hope. We shall see. We'll see. Anyway, right, cross stitch. So because I was feeling a bit blah, I wanted to change things up a bit. So I'm just going to move that because the way the light's sitting on the top of my head, I mean, I do look 300 years old. Hopefully this will ease a bit as I settle into a new pattern, another new pattern, but I couldn't stick at it, you know, I couldn't stop staying where I was, being unhappy with it. Okay, I'm not too sure what I showed you before, so I'm going to dredge up pictures. If I've made no progress, I've made no progress, but these are the things that are in my bag. This is the only one that I'm not 100% sure I've done anything on since I last showed you, since my last filming. So I'm feeling a bit almost like I've forgotten how to do a video, and it's only been a couple of weeks, so I'm just going to jump in and show you some cross stitch, and I'm sure I'll settle down. Okay, it is 14th of September, so we're already in the middle of September. How are we in the middle of September? I don't start my new job until October, so I've got a couple of weeks to hang on tight to. So yeah, and it's 9:30 in the morning. I'm on day 3 of my off days. I'm still exhausted. Having 3 days off doesn't do it, you know. It doesn't make me bouncy and happy and, you know, regain my energy enough to go in and do another. It's probably going to be 8, but it'll be the last one. Oh, I know it's going to be like that because I've got next weekend off, because that's Maddie back to university, starting her 3rd year. How is that possible? You remember me going down, taking her for her first, you know, the first drop off, and now we're in year 3. She's making plans for post-university, so my big girl, I've got a lot of plans in the works. Sooner or later I will give you an enormous life update, but I'm not ready for it yet. I'm not ready for it yet because I haven't shared so much. At the beginning of my Flosstube journey, I shared everything all the time, and it's tailed back, and you'll understand why when I do come clean with you all. But that's probably into the new year, so we'll see how we do. Plans are afoot. Anyway, my dears, hope you've all been well, and I'll show you some stitching. So the first thing I'm going to show you is my Peekaboo Sea Beacon. It's Chelsea Bahade, and it's a wonderful pattern, and it's my easy go-to. But I don't, as I say, I can't remember if I've stitched on it since I last had a video. So I'll show you where it was in my last video, just here, and right now it's here. So I'm not even sure. I might have done. So as you can see, that parting on her hair is much better than my parting is this morning. And we're coming along, and her head is going to be that size. She's going to have a very big half a face, which is going to be rather brilliant. So that's where I am now. I'll pull up my pattern keeper. I'll pull up the clock. Pull up Pattern Keeper. You know when you lose one of your like app icons on your home screen and everything moves along the bus a bit? Something moved, something jiggled on my screen, and now I keep knocking the wrong thing. So I've just gone to Pattern Keeper, but I clicked the clock because the clock's there now. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm at 22.3%. Oh my goodness, I'm so nearly at 10,000 stitches, like 9939. I really need to just put in a few more stitches and reach 10,000 stitches on this, don't I? So 22%, which is good. And I've clicked in all of these bits because I kept saying, oh, I've not coloured in all of this. I did. So that's where I am. That's where I am. And I love this. It is absolutely brilliant for picking up and doing easy stitching. As I say, this is all 9309 and this is all 939. 9309? 3809. Oh, morning, I haven't got any words today. 3809. This whole block here and this all here is 939. So if I am super tired, I can just pull out a couple of strands. I tend to pull out 1 6 strand, split it into 3. I think this is 18 count. I'm doing 2 strands. The coverage is, what is that? Bit of fluff. The coverage, as you see, is absolutely perfect. You can just see a few little nips and gaps in that, but when you're desperately up close to it, but when you're up there, when it's up on the wall, you won't see gaps. And frankly, if anyone ever walks up to a finished piece of your cross stitch and goes, I can see the fabric through this, you know what you need to say to them? The door's over there, shut it on your way out. Seriously. Anyway, that's that, and I don't know if I showed you it last time, and I don't know if I've stitched on it. So I thought I'd get that out of the way so that it was a And then I pulled out City of Love, which is a beautiful Emma Congdon, which I've been humming and hawing and thinking about working on. And I love it, and I'd like to get more done on it. Sorry, I'm just finding it on Pattern Keeper so I can give you where I am. I'd like to get it done because it's so pretty. And I think I got it at 10%. I'd got it too, hadn't I? I've already stitched on it this year. And a picture of it here, I will find a picture of it where it was last time I stitched on it and left it. I think it was at 10%. So what I decided to do was find 2 colours and colour complete it. So I picked 807, which is this turquoisey colour, which is now obviously not in my hand, it's in my bag. I picked 2 colours to colour complete, and they should just be roaming around. Here they are at the bottom of my bag. I picked 818 and 807. So 808 is a very pale pastel pink. 818. I can't even read today, guys. Numbers are hard. And 807. And I thought I'll colour complete, and I've got about 1500, 1600 stitches of both of these to finish the colours. So I thought I'll colour complete them. It's not a big piece. It fits in an 11 by 11 Q-snap, which is all I stitch on. So thus far, I haven't done very much, but I am now at 1104. So I have done some. I've done about 1%, which is just under 300 stitches, just over 324. 324 stitches is 1%. So I've done a little tiny bit. So it looks like this now, and I filled in these lines to here. These go all the way along the bottom. It's square. It's going to come to about here and up to about here, I think. So it's a lovely little piece. There we go. So I stitched along here, I stitched these windows, and then I've come up here, stitched across here, and then I've counted over to here. It's not gridded at all. I might get some filament and grid it just for ease. I'm really taken with the shiny filament now, that the Gutermann filament that you can just run a line through really super easily to grid yourself up. So by and by, I'm going to keep this one out. It's not in a Q-snap, and I'm keeping my 807 and 818 with it, and I'm going to try and colour complete these 2 colours. Don't know when I'll get them done. It's only about 3,000 stitches. If I sat down and did it, I could probably do it in today and a bit of tomorrow, but I don't have that much pressing time to do that, and besides which I've other things I'm stitching on. But I just thought I'd show you because I've picked it up and I've thought, right, I've given myself a goal of colour completing 2 colours, and that'll be lovely. And by the time I get to that, I think it'll be 20%, maybe. I was aiming for a percentage when I finished the 2. Well, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 100 stitches, 5, 10. Yes, another. It'll be 20%. That was my idea. Now the 12 days of Christmas that I'm stitching for my mum, which I was going to give, there's the word, I was going to give her this year for Christmas. I think it's time to be completely honest with myself and say it's going to be a Christmas present next year. I don't think, unless my new work pattern is outstanding and I suddenly have all the time in the world, I am not going to get it done. Because we're in the middle of September, and as you'll see, I've not done very much. So the last time I recorded and showed you this, it was here, and I was still on 7 swans of swimming, and we're well into, I should be on 9 by now, because we're in the middle of September. I really should have almost finished 9. Now I thought, right, I'm going to get on with this, but I was out. So I have my little bag here, which has all the bits and bobs in it. There's that hateful gold, which looks green under this light. It is gold. So I've got my little kit up in here of things, and I've got a ball of darling silk in there as well from Pilgrim, and all sorts of other little bits and bobs knocking around in here. This is always with me. What I did find was another piece of Ada. It's exactly the same, it's the DMC, except it's white rather than antique white or ivory, but it's the same count. Squares, they be the same. So I can do the last 4 because this was only going to fit 8. Sorry about that. So I had to sort my tablet out and delete some stuff off it. This was only going to fit 8. This piece of fabric was only ever going to fit 8. So I've done up to 7, and then lo and behold, I pull out a piece of pattern expecting it to be 8. Started stitching it, and it was 10. So I've got 10 Lords of Leaping here. These are rather lovely. I think backstitch is going to bring him alive. So 10 Lords of Leaping is finished, bar the top, I think about 4 rows. Same here. Okay, issue with my tablet storage there. So where was I? Telling you about number 10, because I picked up number 10 instead of number 8 or number 9, obviously. So I'm missing a few lines off the top. I think it's 4, and then I've just started filling in the gold. Here I've just got the gold and the background colour that goes down there. You see the number here, the colour that goes through the numbers. I've got that to do as well. And then the top 4 lines and the gold outline, and the gold outline of 7, I'm only here and here. I have to be realistic with myself. I'm not going to get this done. I'm cross because I really thought I could, but I need to not sweat it. I need to not sweat the small stuff. It's not going to be done. So it's going to be a next year, very probably. Oh dear. But let's be honest with ourselves. You know, sometimes we just don't get things done in time, and that's okay. And that's okay. So, 2 more pieces to show you. 2 old friends. First old friend is my treasure hunt bookshelf, which I am trucking along with, as usual. I've changed up what I'm doing. I was going to, I may or may not have some pictures here where I've taken random pictures of where it is, because I think, right, I'm going to stitch on this bit, I'm going to stitch on that bit. I put the Q-snap in here-ish, and I was filling in colours and bits and bobs around here. I don't know if it looks any different. Certainly a few stitches went in there, but not terribly many. A few colours in here, along here. And then I thought, I just want to change it up a bit and stitch somewhere different. So I moved the Q-snap. I tried to find, there is a little fox, you know where the lady is on her ladder with her bookshelf, right? Oh, absolutely beautiful. I'll put it here, and I'm going to show and put a little circle around the little fox, and I thought, right, I'm going to see if I can find this fox and stitch him. Could I find the fox on the supersized max colour pattern? No. Absolutely not. I even went into the PDF and looked on the the paper pages, obviously on my phone, and tried to find which page it was on to try and be helpful so that I could find the page in Pattern Keeper and work that. No, no chance. It's just too busy. Couldn't do it. I spent ages like faffing on. So I came along and I thought, right, I'm going to do a column. I'm going to do a column down until I get out of this bloody sky and find a book, and then I'll know from the book I find where I am, and then I can work from there. So at let me come back to it. Where are we? I'm just trying to keep myself not interested. I'm interested in it, but I've just hit confetti hell, and it's either Stitch in Black or 939 or confetti hell. There is nothing in between over here. Over here in this bit, there's nothing in between confetti hell here, as you can see. It's confetti hell. Or this bit can be black. This bit can be black. I'm either stitching in black or stitching in confetti. And this here, yes, it's beautiful, but there's like 50 colours. This is the max colour. This is my own fault. You're looking at me going, you chose that. You chose max colour because you wanted it to be unbelievably detailed. You chose max colour, the full size max colour. It's your own fault. It is my own fault. But I thought, right, I need to change it up a bit. So I may or may not have a picture here of where I picked it up, but I got some filament and I put in my Q-snap, and I blocked myself 20 centimetres. It's not that, it's 2 centimetres. I blocked myself 20 stitches down, and you can see I can't even stay within the lines. I am a cross-country stitcher, guys. There is no way around this. I cannot do a 10 by 10 block. I just can't. My brain won't let me. So I am at, let me find some, I am at 300 stitches along. From this corner, I'm 300 stitches along. And then I'm going down between 300 and 320, and I'm stitching down. So I was missing 2 colours that are not in my set. How? I don't know. So I do have 2 sets of gaps. There's only 2 colours going in the missing stitches here. But of course, I'm doing either side. Look, you can see I've gone outside the line here. I've gone outside the line there. I could have just left it. I tried, look, I left a line here because this colour goes all the way along. But here, look, I'm taking it as far as I can be bothered, and I'm parking because I'm trying. So, oh, he's joined on. That's where I am. And I've parked down there because when I move the Q-snap down, I've got a lot more stitches down there in whatever colour that is. So I'm on 501 at the moment, which is a very dark green. So I'm coming out of the sky here. I think the skyline's kind of where this grey is. So this is all the lovely sort of cosmic-y sky. Looks a bit weird because I'm missing a big chunk here, but I tried not to go outside my lines, but failed miserably. So I'm currently at 16.27, so I should really, at the middle of the month, I should be at 0.5, and I'm not, but I'm going to put in hopefully 1,000 stitches within the lines as much as I can today. It's early. All I'm doing today is laundry. I've just been in on take a bin bag to Flora's bedroom. I've just literally picked maybe 5 or 6 towels up of the 10 towels in the house off Flora's floor. She also has about 300 hoodies, and I'm not even kidding. She's literally, well, I am kidding. She's literally got about 15 different hoodies, and they were just in a pile. It's like in amongst with papers from school and pens and litter and teenage girls who don't tidy their bedrooms. Anyway, so I'm going to go and fill a bin bag with like obvious litter. I'm a hoarder. I don't throw anything away except obvious trash. So I'm going to go and do obvious trash. I've lifted anything that is a soft textile to be washed, apart from her cadet's uniform, her air cadet's uniform, which she takes care of herself, although I did find it on the floor, so there's that. So other than the laundry and the bin bags and like washing up the pans, people stay on top of the crockery here really well, but the pans no. So I'm going to do the pans today, because I'm about to start tomorrow another big stretch, my last big stretch. So I'm not going to be here very much, and when I am here I'm knackered. So yeah, I'm going to get as much tidied up today as I can, but I'm home today. I'm going out tonight, so I'm home all day. So I'm going to stitch. Laundry's going to peep. I call it churning. You know, what's in the washer goes in the dryer, more stuff goes in the washer. The dry stuff comes through, gets folded, and that's a churn. And I'll do a dish of washing up, I'll do some pans, fill the draining board up, and then come back and do more stitching. It's coffee and stitching and chores today. So that's all my day is until I get the kids from school, which is only 5 hours away. So I've only got 5 hours. So I'm going to stitch most of it. And then I'll get the kids from school, sort them some tea. I'll do a food shop, get the kids from school. So it's even less. It's like 4 hours because I've got to go and do a food shop. Oh. Anyway, guys, I'm talking nonsense now. See, I've warmed up. I've started chatting. It felt really clunky at the beginning of this. Anyway, so we'll see next week. Hopefully I'm going to stick at this and see how far I get before I hit something interesting. There's nothing at all stitched down the way here. It's just a huge blank canvas. All of that. Yeah. So I'm gonna stitch in and all I've done is just run the filament. And well, that's good. That's my light. Okay, there's my light fitting. It's like a starburst. I do like it. It's very, very bright. That's because my tablet is just resting on some empty shoe boxes and my master set of DMC, so it slid. Sorry about that, guys. And if you're watching, you've just gone, oh my eyes. That is my big bright starburst light in my living room. I don't do subtle lighting. But then again, I did paint my wall navy blue, so really, it's my own stupid fault that my room is gloomy. Yeah. So by next week, hopefully, back to some stitching, we'll have a column, a fairly filled in. We'll see how much I can't stay within my lines. And you know what? If I was colouring in, I would stay within my lines. My lines and colouring are brilliant. This, I don't see the point of stopping when I've got like 15 stitches over here and I may as well just do them. I'm going to try and stay within my lines. And this filament's pretty brilliant because it just slides. So I can grab this and pull it. Can you see the top there? I can just pull it down, and then as I move my Q-snap, I can just stitch it in. So I can get both of these. Watch the little floof bit at the top. I'll just unhook the loop. So watch my little floof bit at the top. This is so fine. This is how easy it works. It's not going to work now, is it? There we go. There we go. You see it's pulling? And now I've got extra at the bottom. So as I move my Q-snap down, which I will do, I'll move this grey so that I've got my column there. I can just re-stitch that in. And it completely pulls out because it's so fine, it doesn't get pierced and it's really super shiny. It doesn't, your needle can't pierce it, it slips, so you can just pull it out. Which is how I couldn't work it out at first when I saw people gridding with the filament. I couldn't work out how it was done. So I'm kind of belt and bracing, and I'm gridding with filament, and it is gridded fabric. But that was just to try and keep me within my lines, which I'm rubbish at. I'm clearly rubbish at it. But we'll see for next week. I'm going to give myself a lovely big picture there so that I can show you where I was, and then I can show you where we get to. But that's where all my stitches are going in, and for the rest of the month I'm on 0.3. I've probably got 5,000 stitches to go, so that really should fill that column quite a long way down if I stay reasonably within my lines. Okay, one more piece and then I'm gonna stitch this stupid video together. An old friend, a really old friend. Did you see him? Okay, I'm getting blasted but with Saga, and I've wanted to stitch a piece on a fairly ordinary hand-dyed fabric such as this that was white, that I dyed a fairly uniform pink, and that really is its colour. It's pale pink, slightly pinkier there, that's the colour it actually is, slightly pinkier than it seems, and it is opalescent. This is a 32 count white Lugana. I still say it wrong. A Laguna was a Renault car. I still get it wrong. Anyway, that I dyed pink. I used a whole sachet of Dylon pink, and that's the colour it came out. And I'm kind of glad it didn't get brighter. So, and what I want to get is a complete rainbow of dinky dye silks and stitch ombre, really tight band ombre right through the rainbow, which means I have to find somewhere in the UK that I can put my hands and my eyes on dinky dye silks, which is nigh on impossible where I am. This is like a holiday trip for me to find a needle workshop that I can walk in, a brick and mortar store I can walk into and I can choose. So we're not talking anytime soon. But when Saga came out, because I think it's so close to pointed fifth, which obviously is what I have here, I thought, right, I do want to do it, obviously, but not yet. So what I will get is a piece of 36 count. It will very probably be the same fabric that I don't have here, the one that I love, like the granite, the Lakeside Needlecraft. I think it's Fabric Flair. It's really nice. It's the printed stuff, and that's genuinely what I love stitching on. So that's what I'm going to get. I'll have to stump a lot to get, because I think you need a yard. Even on 36 count, I think a fat quarter won't do it. I think it's like pandemic. Fat quarter won't do it. And it'll be bigger than pandemic, because my pandemic is 40 count and I'll get 36. But I know with 36 count, one strand of dinky dye silk will do it, and I'll only need one hank of each because I'm going to do a really tight ombre. A lot of colours, maybe only an inch. That's not an inch, that's a man's inch. Maybe only, literally 3 centimetres. And then I've learnt in doing this, pointed fifth, that I need a bigger band of blend. Oh, I won't be able to blend. Oh, I'm going to have to think about that. I won't be able to blend because I'll be using one strand. I'll either do one leg, one colour, and the top leg the other colour, or I'll do stitch, miss a stitch, stitch, and then, do like a checkerboard to blend. I need to think about that. See, there's lots I need to think about before I even kit what I'm planning for Saga. And in the meanwhile, I thought, right, there is no way I'm starting something that's like the pointed fifth, but bigger, that's going to take me longer, without finishing my pointed fifth. On to pointed fifth. And you know what? I pulled this out and it was joy. It was just joy to pick it up. So I was at 40%. It's now at 44.34. I was a little over 40% because I found my corner. So I picked it up. I'll find a picture of where I left it. Pretty sure I've got a picture of where I left it last time. And I picked it up and I thought, right then, I've got it out of its Q-snap for you because I'm going to show you it. I thought, right, I'm going to start and I'm going to colour complete this top corner, because the top corner was, I'd started here and I'd reached here, but I haven't reached the bottom yet. So I thought, right, I'm going to start at this corner and I'm going to colour complete my colours down. And this is where I've got to. So I have finished all the purples. I finished the pinks. I filled in this dragony man here. So we are complete to here. To this line of purple here, we are complete. Obviously, I'm going to stitch, there's a chicken and a squirrel in here. There's a huge peacock in here, and I've got to fill in his bum, and then there's a big tall stretchy cat and a little cat sitting in the corner, and some greenery. So I've got that bit to do, and then I will be complete to there. But currently we are complete to here. That bit's finished. And then I can just about see what I'm doing here. So we are there, and it goes down to there. So I've still got a fair whack to go. As I say, I'm only at 44%. I'd love to get it to 50. I'd love to finish it. We'll see if I just keep it out and keep going. But this is joy to stitch on. I've got to watch what I'm doing, obviously. And again, I'm just using the filament as a guide for where I change my colour. You can see I've got the filament in. I've got filament over there, so I'll just pull that and re-stitch it over here. This middle bit's gone completely. I'll get some nice new strands. This is the gold that tangles. I use the Gutermann now. I had a whole spool of gold, which I thought was perfect, but it actually has like a tiny invisible thread running with it, and it tangles. So I will switch this out. There, this is the Gutermann. I've got a bright turquoise and a bright pink because it's me. Those are the two colours I picked. But you can see I've got this filament hanging from it, where I've gridded right down to where I got to. And all I'm doing with the gridding is putting where I need to change the colours. So you can see where I ombre, where I blend. You can see I've got the blend to go here, to join from that blue to that blue. They're very, very similar blues, admittedly. They are different. We're going from 791 to 796 and then into 797. So as I finish, look, I ran out. These ones here are from, they were going to be birdies. I have UFO'd birdies. I didn't do enough. I did like 2%. I've UFO'd birdies. So even though they are a wonderful lap round rainbow, we're leaving all of those. And then my pinks. So I was finished. That burgundy was going to be in birdies, so he was never part of it. This burgundy here. So I finished that colour, didn't need that colour. 550, had to pull out from stash. And I finished 3837, that lovely purple. I finished him, and I'll just pop it back on a bobbin. I know it's all cut to length, but I will pop it back on a bobbin. It'll be used up, something else. So I'm currently on the 791. Not got much of that to go, but I've not got much left there. I've obviously got it in my master set. And then we blend into 796, and they're subtly different. And then we blend into 791, and then we come around the corner and we blend into 517, which is more of a blend. And then the two turquoises are really bright and vibrant. You know they're showing muted here because they're 995 and 3844. So if you look at those in your stash, you can see how off my colour is. Lot of 995 in this. One of my favourite DMCs, obviously, because it's fluorescent turquoise. So that's in it here. It's showing pretty bright. So it is a pretty bright thing, and then it goes down into the muted teals at the bottom. So I am thrilled. I absolutely love it. And my colour under here is 823. It's Etoile 823. So we're sparkly on sparkly, and it's not black. PS4 just did something. It's just installed an update of something. I love it. And I will do Saga exactly the same, but with different colours. It's going to be, so there won't be companions, but they will be alike, i.e. all the background will be the ombre through a full rainbow. I'm going to start at burgundy and go right through to darkest inky blue purple. and I'm going to pick myself. But I want to touch them, I want to handle them, I want to be able to afford them. There's that too. But it's not for now. It's for finishing this, and then I'll plan, and then I'll kit. But the all the animals and all the insides of the little things will be like this. There will be a single colour. It'll be something very obviously contrasting, just like this. Oh my god, I love it. I love it, I love it. I love it. That's how I want to feel all the time. I want to feel that joy all the time with anything I stitch. If anything I'm stitching isn't filling me with that joy, it can go over there and it can go and play by itself. I'm into the, it's time I just feel happy. So that's where I am at the moment. And I'm hoping my new job is going to fill me with the joy I need. Very, very straightforward, ordinary job, but I've never done it before. I am going retail, so we'll see. We'll see. How bad can it be? It's not going to be 13 hours on my feet in a kitchen with no break, is it? Basically, nothing can be that bad. Oh God, what possessed me? I keep thinking what possessed me to think that was going to be a good plan. It was exhausting. I'm on day 3 of time off and I'm still exhausted. It's bananas. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. We learn from our mistakes and we keep on trucking. That's the piece from a blend. Where's my Q-snap gone? It's on top of the other 2, so how would I have seen it? Anyway, guys, at the moment I'm pretty upbeat. I'm feeling good. I feel like the bits and bobs of my life that have been beyond my control are coming back into my control at the moment, which is a very, very good feeling, I have to admit. To feel like things are coming back into where I need them to be is a very good feeling, because I felt very lost and out of control for about a year, if I'm honest. Kind of lost myself a bit along the line there. So, hoping for the best. And we'll see how we get on. And thank you guys for supporting me and commenting on my video. And I get so many kind words of support. It's very heartening. It's wonderful. And you keep me coming back posting, because I'd stitch anyway. I'd be stitching anyway. But you keep me coming back to make a video just to say hello and come and join me in my batshit bloody bit of life that I've trucked through this last few years. I think I've been doing Flosstubes for 3 years. No, I didn't start. Did I start in the pandemic? I was still working at Winged Heart, wasn't I? Yes. It's probably been 3 years since I've started. Wow. And it's a long time ago now. You know, it is. I'm just actually going to look it up, because it's a long time ago since I posted my first video. And oh my god, we're getting ready for Flossmas again, aren't we? Oh, hell's teeth. Oh, I am monumentally rubbish with Flossmas content. How many videos have I posted? Oh my god. So many. So many. Have I done 3 Flossmases? I've done 3 Flossmases, I think, guys. Wow. Sorry, my thing's trying to load. 2 years ago, 2 years ago. Good grief. Yeah, I think I've done 3 Flossmases. Because I started my 3 years ago. I posted my first video 3rd of July 2020. It's well over 3 years ago. Crikey, how much we've come on since then. I feel like a completely different person to the person who posted her first videos on this channel. I really do. Thank you everybody who follows me and watches me and stays with me through my downs mostly, and then a little up, and then we go down a bit more. But I think I'm on an upslope, and I hope I'm going to stay on my upslope. I hope I'm going to settle out somewhere that I'm genuinely happy, because we should be, shouldn't we? I think. Anyway, guys, I've now got to fight my brain between carrying on with my pointed fifth, because my goodness, I've got to get across here and join up there, and then I need to fill in. This is all solid here. This is just, you can see I've just got one of these to put in each of these, and then that's those legs and the bottom, and then this is all fairly solid stitching. Oh yeah, I've got a real solid look. It's going to be like that blue there. I've got a fairly solid chunk to do here. Or carrying on with my look, I'm trying to stitch a column but failing miserably. I am not the person to do the little 10 by 10 squares. I don't know how you can do that without parking either, because I have to park. I don't see the point in not doing it, but as you can see, my parking is random and messy. It goes everywhere. But let's see where I get to next week. Hopefully, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That should be today. Let's see how far I get before I find something. And I want to find that little fox, because he was really cute. And I haven't a clue where he is on the pattern. I mean, he can only be, what, 400 stitches in total. So trying to find 400 stitches in 722,000 is possibly why I can't find him. But I figure if I stitch down and find a book, I can then do a column across. I'm going to find him. I'm going to find the fox. Might not be this month, but I will find him. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. This is a slightly longer one because I'm half an hour since my video reset. So I've got a wee bit to stitch and a few pictures to find. I'm going to get that done, and I will see you really soon, possibly on the other side of, I'm assuming, this 8, and then I'm straight taking Maddie down to university, so might be October. It might actually be a fortnight into October, but then I can give you proper news updates. Okay, so stay safe everybody, keep stitching, and yeah, I'll see you really soon. Bye bye guys. Bye.